Today is a big day for us because we have the mold inspection guy coming.
Yes.
Is it bad? Is it airborne? Has it spread?
Yeah, like can our babies be in there safely? Because
have we been inhaling any mold for the entire time we've been here?
Our other kids that are already outside, and so we're just sitting here waiting for the mold guy to come. I'm like, I haven't been drinking coffee, but I'm having a little sip of coffee.
We're hoping for some positive results. Or negative results. Yeah, we don't want there to be
technically
mold.
We want negative results will be positive.
This is super important because if we really want to get the nursery done in time before the kids get here, we have to make sure there's no mold in the room. Have to.
And then we have to get back to our contractor.
He's itching to get started. We need the paint and we need the pattern.
Yeah, he's itching to get started. I'm itching to get started.
We originally had as an office space / podcast room. So we weren't in here enough to be able to feel any effects if it was bad mold.
Did you have any leaking going on?
No.
Yeah, that's not that we can think of because there's no water in here.
I am going to use a moisture meter in here, and I can pull out my camera also, so I have an infrared. And I'll take a look at the walls, the ceiling, and the floor, just to make sure I don't see any water. This reads moisture inside a wall. Anything inside a home below 17% is normal.
Okay.
You can see there's 2% moisture. If I put it here, I'm pretty wet. Okay? Now I'm not a wall. It's still good.
So mold would have to have moisture is what you're saying for it to survive. So if it's not above 17.
It would have to have some moisture for it to live.
Gotcha. So we know that if that says there's no moisture, then there can't be mold. Yeah, okay, that's good to know.
This is what normal looks like.
Okay.
Okay. This room the walls are dry, ceiling is dry, floors are dry.
Awesome. So he said it was absolutely bone dry.
Great, that's really good to hear.
Is it just like a filter that's in there?
So inside, it's like a microscope slide.
Okay.
That's porous.
Oh, gotcha.
And the air passes through it, but it captures any spores. You're going to get a letter like this, okay? Black mold, what people are talking about is a mold called Stachybotrys.
Okay.
But there is another one that we test for, and that's called Cotomium. That is also a toxic mold.
Okay.
So the magic number is one.
Just one and it's
Just
bad
one.
because it's toxic.
Yeah.
The contractor on hold just until we could at least get like the mold guy to come in and tell us that everything is fine. Like we didn't want to paint and do all those things if we have a serious issue with mold. We're pretty confident after seeing him that this isn't toxic and we're probably fine. He seems to be okay with it. So we're starting to get our measurements back. We're starting to try to start the renovation process again.
So the depth.
So this is our one closet. This is for the boys. This is all the clothes I've accumulated for them.
So I measured that closet. So the depth
We
of that.
measured this closet because that's a closet that.
And that would be fine for what we need for here, especially for the first year.
There it is. There it is. Very official measuring. But okay, so it goes out that far. I think that would work, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a closet, and then this is officially another bedroom. And the reason that that's kind of important to us is that it increases the resale value. Not that we plan on moving anytime soon. So, anyways, I think we should ask him for the closet. We decided the closet. We're gonna do it. Everything on this wall is gonna be that soft stage, and it's gonna have that wood paneling thing going up.
Okay.
And then the cribs are gonna go here. And the cribs I'm hoping are gonna be like a rustic white, like a grayish whitish color. A lot of you chose the soft sage. And Doug really likes that. Of course, I like both clary sage and soft sage, so we're gonna go with the soft sage.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for helping us decide.
Also, thanks a lot for choosing Jamie's. No one decided that my side of the room should be where the cribs.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing with me. You're just
Everyone was Jamie's
I just think
side.
we're right.
Something in this room has been going on for quite a while. And your penicillium aspergillus was way above 1,000.
Oh, is that a bad mold? Or
Well,
just in
It's the
general?
most common, right?
It is the most common mold we have in Florida.
So I guess my concern now at this point is that, I know we only
Could it
tested.
be in another room? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, could it be in another room? Like, should we be vacating the premises? Like,
I just don't know. I am baffled, and I hate getting baffled. I don't like
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. And I'm like, really, my head is saying, like, the report says that we don't need to vacate, but like, if it's in the air.
If it's in the air, we've been breathing it in for
Yeah, but what if
almost
like
12 months now. Absolutely shocked.
this is like the worst news that you could get? I feel like.
You say everything is bone dry. You don't find anything, no musty smell, no anything.
Our contractor and the mold guy were like,
Both.
oh, there's definitely not mold in here. Without a doubt, there's no mold.
Our contractor says he's hypersensitive to mold and will start sneezing right away. Never sneeze,
But then
never
the
felt
lab
anything.
results come back, according to our mold guy, toxic levels apparently in that room. And the report says you don't have to vacate the premises because you can just close off that
Just
room.
close off the room.
But none of this is making sense. Like,
At all.
Literally not making sense at all. And the mold guy did not think there was mold either.
Truthfully, if his thing is picking up mold in the air samples,
Yeah.
your ducts might not have been cleaned in ever.
Yeah.
You could easily be blowing enough that his lab would pick that up.
Yeah.
I'm saying that for
Yeah.
sure. That could be.
Oh, that's dry as bone.
I mean,
Yeah.
looking for mold in all the wrong places.
Yeah, that's dry as bone.
So that's dry.
That's dry.
Nothing.
I'm like, are we safe living here? Like, should we be leaving?
I mean, we've been living here for 12 months now.
The only spot that they think that it could possibly be is potentially in our air conditioning unit. He said that potentially maybe like the HVAC system.
So now we're gonna call in people to give us an estimate on cleaning out our ducts and checking our air
To
handlers.
see if like maybe there's mold in there and that's what we have to take care of.
Right now we have someone coming in cleaning out the ducts or to assess the ducts. That's really the last thing that we can really think of. We don't know when the ducts were cleaned, if they were ever cleaned since the last owner. We certainly didn't do it, so.
How's it going?
It's not good.
Are you kidding me?
Like he doesn't think that the ducts have really ever been cleaned. Like there's growth on the inside.
I don't know why I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, well,
Like we've just been living here. and
Yeah.
I had no idea.
well, it's better that we get it done now.
But it's like seriously, like the blessing in disguise is that
that the air quality test did it because it seems to be going through there, and thankfully we're not highly sensitive to it, and we get it done now. And
But our kids are like so little and they've been living in this. So, you know, Doug obviously told you that we're renovating that room over there.
Yeah,
and
sorry.
then that's where we had a mold test just to be on the safe side because there was what looked like a lot of mold in there and we weren't sure.
on the furniture and the
Yeah, and so we took it out, we had the mold guy come in just to be on the safe side. And then he was like, oh, there's definitely not mold in here. It's dry as wall. Like our
Doesn't
contractor's
smell
like,
musty.
Definitely not, it's fine. But then the air quality was like toxic levels of this mold. And so do you feel like you can confirm that it's because of this air, the AC?
I would say if
unit?
it's not out of the walls, I mean, there's a pretty good
So you feel
possibility.
like,
Looking inside the air handler, there's a ton of
Yeah.
growth inside the units.
oh, there is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all inside the lower side of the unit.
And now is that mold, dirt, a little bit of both?
It's microbial growth.
Microbial, okay. It's never been cleaned, you don't think, in there?
Never in its life, ever.
That's concerning.
UV light, it's not functioning, it's disconnected, and it's covered in growth. Everyone immediately is, it's black mold, it's toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the test showing that in that room,
Yeah.
there are some concerning levels in there for sure.
Yeah. So I guess obviously if it's not from the walls, then it obviously has to be from the air duct. And he's saying he sees the growth, so hopefully this takes care of it then, right?
Yeah.
Cleaning the system will definitely, and changing the filters.
The AC guys came and now we are arguing because I pretty much want to leave because I just feel like if it's in our air conditioning unit, then it's going through our whole entire house.
We don't know that it's throughout the house. One. We removed all the mold that was in that room on the carpet and on the furniture. We've been living in the same house for the last 12 months under the same air conditioning. We've podcasted in that room for hours. We're getting the HVAC guys to come in and clean out the ducts, scrub everything down, fasten everything to the ceiling, and put in 2 air scrubbers, which purifies the air, which will help circulate clean air throughout the house.
But in the meantime, somehow there's toxic levels of this mold
in
our
that
house.
room.
But how, if it's not in that room, my concern is that it could be in the whole entire house, and I'm pregnant with twins and we have 2 small children.
And we've been living here for 12 months with mold actually in the house on the furniture, and now we don't have the furniture that has the mold on it.
But even with that out of our house, the lab results came back with toxic levels of mold in our house.
Right. Which is apparently not on the walls, but in
In
that
the
controlled air.
Which means like it's probably in all of the air.
It could be, we just didn't get it tested. We'll have to get the whole house
Exactly,
tested.
and that's the problem. That's why I'm like, we need to go.
Well, that's the end of that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging with us. We're sure to keep you updated on the nursery, on the HVAC system, on the mold, on just everything regarding the nursery, and now the renovation and cleaning of our house. So.
Yeah, next week they'll get the cleaners in here
And we're gonna get a closet installed in the nursery, which is kind of exciting, and possibly starting to paint. So a lot of big things happening. We're getting closer and closer to these twins, being able to hold these twins. So thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so, and we will see you next week.